Did you know that in certain places in Africa, you can see white giraffes? Let's go and learn an hour of surprising curiosities like this with Zarpado. Do you know the disinherited billionaire? Paris Hilton, heiress to the Hilton hotel chain, saw her fortune reduced when her grandfather, Baron Hilton, decided to disinherit her due to her controversies with a 2003 sex tape. It was her great-grandfather, Conrad Hilton, who founded the company in 1919, creating a multi-million-dollar empire. Despite this, Paris knew how to forge her own path, standing out on the reality show The Simple Life and building a thriving perfume business. Red Slate Beach, located in Panjin, China, is famous for its vibrant red color due to the Sueda salsa plant. This plant changes color throughout the year. In spring and summer it is green, while in autumn it takes on its characteristic red hue. During the season, the vegetation takes on an intense magenta color. The landscape changes drastically with the seasons, becoming a unique visual spectacle. Did you know that there is a fruit that grows on the trunk? This is the jabuticaba, a fruit tree native to Brazil. Its grape-like fruits sprout directly from the trunk and main branches. Its taste is sweet with a hint of acid, making it highly appreciated. In addition, it is used in juices, jams, and even wines. In Central Asia, there is a sport called buzkashi, an extreme version of polo. Instead of a ball, riders compete using a dead goat's head. On horseback, they must pick it up and carry it around a goal while facing intense challenges. This traditional game is especially popular in Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Great equestrian skill and strength are required to participate. Did you know that the Krugerrand was the world's first investment gold coin? Minted in 1967, it sought to promote South African gold on the global market. It is one of the most well-known and traded coins, worth close to $2,000. Its iconic design features Paul Kruger and a springbok antelope. It remains a popular choice among investors. The BMW Isetta is an iconic microcar with a bubble design and a single front door that opens forward. Its peculiar shape earned it the nickname Egg on Wheels. It was a symbol of affordable mobility in the post-war period, notable for its compact size and low fuel consumption. Despite its small engine, it could reach up to 85 kilometers per hour. Today, a restored Isetta can cost between $40,000 and $50,000, making it an attractive collector's item. Did you know that Germany has more than 1,500 types of sausage? Among the most famous are bratwurst, made from pork and beef, and Weisswurst, a typical white sausage from Bavaria. Another popular one is currywurst, served with tomato sauce and curry powder. Bockwurst, which is smoked and has a more intense flavor, is also notable. Each German region has its own specialties. The most tattooed person in the world is Lucky Diamond Rich, a New Zealand performer and artist who holds the Guinness record for covering 96% of his body with tattoos. His skin is adorned with designs including his eyelids, mouth, ears, gums, and even the soles of his feet. To achieve this impressive result, he worked with over 130 artists from around the world. In total, it is estimated that he has invested over 1,000 hours of work into his tattoos. Did you know that otters have a fascinating habit of keeping a special or favorite stone? These little creatures often use a stone as a tool to open mollusks and crustaceans, among other activities. In fact, they carry it with them everywhere, keeping it in a special pocket under their armpit or in a bag of loose skin on their abdomen. This ability to use tools is one of the most outstanding characteristics of otters. Stones allow them to break the shells of their prey while hunting. The oldest house still standing is the Knap of Howard House in Scotland, built around 3,500 BC. This ancient stone shelter dates back to the Neolithic period and is still surprisingly well preserved. It consists of two interconnected structures with thick stone walls designed to withstand the coastal climate. Stone furniture, such as bookshelves and benches, has been found inside. Did you know that there is an island called Galznjak in Croatia with an almost perfect heart shape, also known as the Island of Love? It is a popular destination for couples and tourists. Its shape was discovered through satellite images, which increased its worldwide fame. The island is private and has no buildings, offering a unique natural environment. It can only be accessed by boat, which makes it even more special. It is considered one of the most romantic places in the world. Casamigos, an American tequila brand, was founded by actor George Clooney, businessman Randa Gerber, and Mike Meldman. The original idea of the company was to create a high-quality tequila according to their personal tastes, exclusively for their consumption. In 2017, Diageo, a multinational beverage company, acquired Casamigos for $1 billion, made up of an initial $700 million and an additional $300 million based on the brand's performance. Kabaddi is a traditional team sport originating in India, in which a player, known as a raider, attempts to tag as many players from the opposing team as possible without being caught. While making this attempt, he must recite Kabaddi Kabaddi without stopping for air. Teams take turns sending a raider into the opposing area with the goal of capturing players from the opposing team before returning to their own area. The hammerhead shark is known for its distinctive hammer-shaped head, which gives it an impressive visual advantage. Thanks to the arrangement of its eyes at the ends of its hammers, the hammerhead shark has an almost 360-degree field of vision. This feature allows it to spot prey and potential threats from a wide range of directions without having to move its head. Did you know that Mount Rushmore is home to an impressive monument carved into its hillside? This monument depicts the majestic faces of 4 former U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Each of the carved faces is approximately 59 feet tall. The project was started in 1927 and completed in 1941. Do you know the nectarines? It is a fruit that looks like a peach, but has a smooth skin instead of the typical fuzzy texture of the peach. This difference in the skin is not the only one, as the nectarine is usually a little sweeter than the peach. Both fruits belong to the same species, but the nectarine is a variant that results from a natural genetic mutation. Its juicy flavor and soft texture make it a popular choice in salads, desserts, and juices. Did you know that prairie dogs look like they are kissing each other to say hello? Although they look like they are kissing, in reality, the greeting consists of approaching each other, touching each other with their snouts, and sniffing each other. This social behavior is key to maintaining bonds within their colony. Prairie dogs are very communicative and rely on these gestures to identify other members and recognize their territory. The amphicar is an amphibious car that was the first mass-produced car capable of also functioning as a boat. For driving on land, power was sent to the rear wheels like a conventional car. When used in water, power was transferred to 2 propellers mounted under the rear bumper, allowing it to cruise. Did you know that it is impossible to sneeze with your eyes open? Even if you try 1,000 times, the natural reflex to sneeze causes your eyes to automatically close. It is a defense mechanism of the body to prevent objects or particles from entering the eyes. The rattlesnake gets its name from the rattles located at the tip of its tail. These rattles are made up of hollow, overlapping, horny segments filled with air. As it moves, the segments collide with each other, creating a vibrating sound that can be heard far away. This sound acts as a warning to predators and other threats, indicating that the snake is nearby. This unique feature helps protect it without the need for an immediate attack. Did you know that saffron is the most expensive spice in the world? Depending on the quality, a kilo of saffron threads can cost between $3,000 and $14,000. Its nickname, red gold, comes from its intense color and the arduous artisanal production process it requires. Each saffron flower only produces 3 stigmas, making harvesting extremely laborious. It is widely used in cooking to add color and flavor to dishes such as paellas, risottos, and other rice dishes. Did you know that in India, Muslims and Hindus share an ancient custom of throwing babies from heights of between 30 and 49 feet onto a sheet? This rite, which seeks to ensure prosperity, intelligence, and good luck for the child, has been practiced for centuries. Although it was banned in 2010 due to its danger, it still persists in some areas of the country. This tradition reflects the cultural mix of different religions in India. The fruit bat feeds mainly on fruits such as mangoes, figs, bananas, and guava. It is known for being the only mammal capable of flight, which distinguishes it among other animals. This bat is native to the Pacific, where it plays an important role in the ecosystem. Curiously, its meat is edible and can be consumed directly, since its diet is based only on fruits. Its fur and the membrane of its wings are also edible, which makes it easy to prepare in the kitchen without having to gut it. Did you know that the South Korean film Parasite made history in 2019 by becoming the first and only non-English language film to win the Oscar for Best Picture? The plot follows a poor soul family, the Kims, who sees an opportunity to infiltrate the lives of the Parks, a wealthy family. Through deception, the Kims manage to obtain jobs as a chauffeur, private tutor, and housekeeper. Hong Kong is known for having more skyscrapers than any other city in the world, with approximately 657 buildings that exceed 492 feet in height. Among the most iconic are the International Commerce Center skyscraper and the Bank of China Tower. In Iceland, there is a very curious dish called hakarl, which consists of a fermented and decomposed shark. The fermentation process gives it an extremely strong taste and smell, making it a challenge for many. Despite its intense aroma, fermented shark is considered to be one of the healthiest foods in Iceland. Traditionally, it was served in small portions as a side dish during meals. Did you know that Wellington, New Zealand, is the windiest city in the world? This city sits on the northern shore of Cook Strait, a passage between the mountains of New Zealand's 2 main islands. Winds are channeled through the strait, making them stronger, especially on the northern side. In Wellington, winds exceed 60 kilometers per hour for 173 days a year, and gusts reach more than 74 kilometers per hour on 72 days a year. Quince is a fruit that is not consumed raw due to its acidic taste and hard texture. Unlike other fruits such as apples, which can be eaten directly, quince requires cooking in order to be enjoyed. When cooked, its flavor mellows and becomes a delicious option for making jellies, jams, or even pies. Did you know that puffins are seabirds that form monogamous pairs for life? These adorable birds, known for their colorful beaks and picturesque appearance, choose their mate once they reach sexual maturity, which usually occurs between 4 and 5 years of age. After that, they seek out a partner with whom they will form a permanent bond. Puffins return year after year to the same spot with their partner to nest, making their relationship quite special in the animal kingdom. The Dubai Miracle Garden is a huge flower garden that houses over 500,000 flowers and is located in the Dubai Land District of the United Arab Emirates. It is known for being the largest natural flower garden in the world, famous for its unique floral arrangements. Among its impressive floral structures are figures such as an Airbus A380, a Mickey Mouse topiary, and a flower wall. Katharine Hepburn is the actress who has won the most Academy Awards, with a total of 4 wins in the Best Actress category. Known for her unique style of dressing in menswear, Hepburn received her first Oscar in 1934 for the film Glory in a Day. In 1968, she won again for her role in the comedy drama Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. The following year, she took home another award for her portrayal of Eleanor of Aquitaine in The Lion in Winter. Her last win was in 1982 at the age of 75 for On Golden Pond, where she played a woman in an aging marriage. Enciso is a charming Spanish village that has gained fame for being a true treasure for dinosaur lovers. This picturesque village is surrounded by beautiful mountainous landscapes and vineyards that give it a unique rural feel. However, what makes it truly special is its impressive collection of dinosaur footprints. In the area around Enciso, numerous footprints have been found dating back more than 100 million years, when these enormous reptiles inhabited the area. Today, tourists can walk along several trails where these fascinating footprints can be observed. Slow lorises are a species of poisonous mammal that possesses a special gland in their arms, capable of producing a toxin. This toxin is activated when mixed with the loris saliva and serves as a defense against predators. To facilitate access to the toxin-producing brachial gland, the primate raises its arms. The loris then licks this gland to mix the toxin with its saliva, allowing it to deliver a poisonous bite if it feels threatened. This unique mechanism helps it protect itself from potential attacks. Did you know that celery is considered a negative calorie food? With only 16 calories per 100 grams, this vegetable is extremely low in calories. The surprising thing is that the body burns around 14 calories just to digest it, which means that almost 90% of the energy it provides is simply lost in the digestion process. This characteristic makes it an ideal food for those looking to control their caloric intake while still enjoying a healthy snack. Yellowstone National Park, located in the states of Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, was the world's first national park, established in 1872. It is widely known for its stunning geothermal landscape, which is home to natural phenomena such as geysers, hot springs, and canyons. Among its most famous attractions are the Old Faithful Geyser and the Great Yellowstone Falls. In addition to its geothermal formations, the park is home to diverse wildlife, including bears, wolves, and bison. Did you know that the dingo, a close relative of the domestic dog, is Australia's largest carnivore? These animals are known for their intelligence, agility, and complex social structure. They live in hierarchical groups where each member plays an essential role in collective survival. Also in this country, we find the Tasmanian devil, Australia's largest carnivorous marsupial. Although their intimidating appearance may be frightening, these animals are opportunistic scavengers that feed on dead animals and small vertebrates, helping to maintain balance in nature. The tokay gecko is a large, striking species of gecko native to Southeast Asia, where it is found in countries such as Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines. Its name, tokay, comes from the distinctive tokay sound it frequently makes, especially at night. These geckos are famous for their stunning coloration, which ranges from bright shades of blue, green, red, and orange. The hagfish is a unique creature in the animal kingdom, as it has a skull but lacks a spine. Its internal structure is made of cartilage instead of rigid bones, which gives it flexibility to adapt to the conditions of its marine habitat. Despite being a vertebrate, its anatomy distinguishes it from others, as it does not have the typical spine. As a defense against its predators, the hagfish can secrete large amounts of mucus, creating a slimy substance that can suffocate its attackers. Ostriches are large, heavy birds, but they have an amazing ability to run at high speeds. They can reach up to 70 kilometers per hour, making them the fastest birds in the world. This speed capability allows them to escape predators in their natural habitat, making them very adaptable. Despite their size, their powerful legs give them great strength to run at these speeds. In fact, they can be faster than many horses in short races. Did you know that Saudi Arabia does not have any permanent rivers? This is due to its predominantly desert geography and lack of continuous water sources. However, the country does have wadis, which are temporary riverbeds that fill with water during heavy seasonal rains. These wadis, while not flowing all year round, provide a crucial water resource in an arid environment. During the rainy season, they can flood, offering fresh water for both wildlife and local communities. The oldest person on record was Jean-Louise Calment, who lived to the age of 122, passing away in 1997. She was born in Arles, France, and her life witnessed important historical events, such as World War II. Throughout her longevity, she was renowned for her extraordinary memory and lucidity, remaining mentally active well into old age. Did you know that the small island of Niue, an autonomous territory in the South Pacific, has issued legal tender coins featuring Star Wars characters since 2011? These coins are issued under license from Disney and have featured images of some of the saga's most iconic characters, including Darth Vader, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, and many others. With a unique and attractive design, these coins have become collector's items for Star Wars fans. Do you know the Belgian blue cow? This breed of cattle is famous for its impressive musculature, which gives it a unique and robust appearance. Their extreme muscular development is due to a genetic mutation that inhibits the production of myostatin, the protein responsible for regulating muscle growth. As a result, these animals develop large, well-defined muscles naturally. Their meat is appreciated for being lean and of high quality, making it a highly valued breed in the livestock industry. Tenzing Hillary Airport, located in Lukla, Nepal, is recognized as one of the most dangerous airports in the world. Its runway is only 17.29 feet long and has an upward slope, which increases the difficulty of landings and takeoffs. In addition, it is located at an altitude of approximately 9,334 feet above sea level, making it even more challenging for pilots. This airport is essential for travelers heading to Mount Everest. It was named after Tenzing Norgay and Sir Edmund Hillary, the first to reach the summit of Everest. The California condor is known for having the largest wingspan of any land bird. This species of vulture, which can reach a wingspan of more than 10 feet, is one of the most impressive flying birds in the world. Despite its size, the California condor is endangered due to illegal hunting and habitat loss. Their ability to fly great distances and glide on thermal currents allows them to cover vast areas in search of food. If you're wondering who the richest actor or actress in Hollywood is, the answer is Jamie Gertz. With an impressive net worth of $3 billion, this actress rose to prominence in the 1980s for her roles in films such as The Lost Boys, where she played Star, and in Less Than Zero, alongside Robert Downey Jr. However, her fortune comes from other businesses. Jamie is married to tycoon Tony Ressler, and together they own the Atlanta Hawks basketball team. Male giraffes have a peculiar behavior during their courtship ritual, in which they repeatedly bump the rear of females with their heads until they urinate. The male then tests the urine for signs of ovulation and to determine the most suitable time for reproduction. This ritual is essential for mate selection, as it allows them to assess the female's fertility. Some females in heat deliberately wait for a male to come close to urinate, making this process easier. Did you know that the mantis shrimp has the fastest punch in the animal kingdom? This small but powerful crustacean is known as the Rocky Balboa of the ocean because of the incredible speed and force of its punches. Its hammer moves so quickly that it can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, enough to break mollusk and crab shells. The mantis shrimp uses this punch to capture its prey, giving them a lethal blow in a matter of milliseconds. In 2010, a huge 98 feet hole opened up in a city in Guatemala after a torrential rain, swallowing 3 buildings. This phenomenon occurred because the city was built on pumice, a material that erodes over time. The lack of proper planning to manage rainwater aggravated the damage, making the hole bigger. The crater, about 98 feet deep and 65 feet in diameter, formed on Saturday night and flattened a 3-story building that housed a clothing factory. Despite the impact, no fatalities or injuries were reported. Barbie and Ken, the famous Mattel characters, were named after the children of Ruth Handler, co-founder of the company. Barbie was named after her daughter Barbara, and Ken was inspired by her son, Kenneth. Despite the family connection in the names, the dolls never represented a couple in real life. Ruth Handler, who invented Barbie, wanted to create a doll that reflected maturity and independence. Ken, created in 1961, was Barbie's companion in her fictional world. Did you know that apples float in water because they contain about 25% air in their composition? This feature gives them a low density, allowing them to float easily. Erno Rubik, the inventor of the famous Rubik's Cube, initially created it in 1974 as an educational tool to teach geometry concepts. However, while trying to solve it, he realized the complexity of the puzzle, which led him to spend a month trying to find the solution. An image of an octopus with a transparent head that allows its brain to be seen was captured in the Pacific Ocean, south of the Philippines. This impressive octopus was photographed by expert Woo Young-sen, who dived into the dark black waters of the ocean to record this fascinating creature. Did you know that cotton candy was invented by a Nashville dentist named William Morrison? In 1899, Morrison patented his machine to make the candy that was so popular at fairs and amusement parks. His invention revolutionized the way we enjoy sugar, creating a light, fluffy, sweet treat. Together with a confectioner named John C. Wharton, he introduced cotton candy at the 1904 World's Fair, where it was a huge success. Don't forget to subscribe if you are enjoying the video. Let's continue. McDonald's has a presence on every inhabited continent, adapting its menu to local tastes. In India, for example, the Makalu Tikki is offered, while in Japan, you can enjoy the teriyaki burger. However, there are no McDonald's restaurants in Antarctica, as the population there is mostly made up of scientists and temporary staff who stay for a short time. Did you know that the actor who has earned the most money from a single film is Tom Cruise? This happened thanks to Top Gun: Maverick, released in 2022. In addition to being the highest-grossing film of his career, Tom received a $14 million advance and a share of the film's profits. It is estimated that he earned over $100 million from the total gross, which reached $1,493 million worldwide. The termite queen is the longest-lived insect, with a minimum lifespan of 50 years. This fact is impressive in the insect kingdom. It is believed that some queens can live up to 100 years, making it an even more amazing phenomenon in its species. Elvis Presley, known as the King of Rock, had a twin brother named Jesse Garon Presley, who was stillborn. Although Elvis never spoke much about this tragedy, the absence of his brother had a great impact on him. Some biographers believe that this loss influenced his desire to achieve fame and feel connected to others. Did you know that the Goliath tarantula is the largest tarantula species in the world in terms of body mass? This impressive arachnid can weigh up to 170 grams and measure up to 30 centimeters with its legs extended. Its color is orange-brown, which allows it to camouflage itself in its natural habitat, the South American rainforest. Despite its size, its venom is not lethal to humans, although its bite can be painful. In addition, it is capable of emitting a warning sound by rubbing its legs together when it feels threatened. Schindler's List, released in 1993 and directed by Steven Spielberg, is based on true events. The film tells the story of Oskar Schindler, a German businessman who saved over 1,200 Polish Jews by employing them in his factories during the Holocaust. This masterpiece won 7 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director for Spielberg. The Bayan Elevator in China, known as the Elevator of 100 Dragons, is an impressive 1,070 feet high, surpassing even the Eiffel Tower. With a capacity of 50 people per ride, it offers spectacular views of a park full of streams, waterfalls, and natural caves. Riding it is not only a vertical experience, but a visual tour of a peaceful and beautiful landscape. The elevator has 3 fully glassed cabins, each with a capacity of 50 passengers, and can transport more than 1,300 people per day. The Pagani Huayra is known for its unique steering wheel, which features 40 buttons, a number unmatched in any other production car. These buttons allow the driver to manage multiple advanced functions, enhancing the driving experience. The layout of the controls has been designed to facilitate quick access to the various features of the vehicle. Did you know that in China there is a traditional dish called sodu, which uses grilled stones? These stones are seasoned with oil and spices to give them flavor, but they are not eaten. Instead, they are sucked to enjoy the mixture of flavors before being discarded. This curious dish is considered a unique sensory experience, ideal for those looking for something different. Did you know that Greenland sharks are the longest-lived vertebrates on the planet? They can live up to 400 years and reach sexual maturity at 150 years old. This incredible longevity is due to their ability to survive in cold waters, where their metabolism is much slower. These sharks inhabit the icy waters of the Arctic and subarctic, which allows them to have an exceptionally long life. In 2011, the French brand Lacoste paid a sum of money to the Argentine cumbia group Los Huachiturros to stop using their clothing, since the brand, known for its association with elegance and status, did not want its image to be linked to the group's style. The leader of Los Huachiturros, Gonzalo Muñoz, confirmed this agreement, and from then on, the members of the band began to wear clothes from the competing brand Tommy Hilfiger. This strategy was part of Lacoste's efforts to maintain its reputation and premium image in the market. In Alabama, there is a store called Unclaimed Baggage that sells lost luggage. Items found in airports that have never been claimed by their owners are purchased by the store. Each item is washed and prepared for sale, ensuring that it is in good condition before it reaches its new owner. Mark Sinclair Vincent, known as Vin Diesel, is the actor's real name. From a young age, he was given the nickname Diesel because of his energy and strength, while Vin comes from his stepfather. Sumo wrestlers in Japan live in closed communities known as stables, or heya, where they undergo an extremely disciplined living regime. In these establishments, the structure is very rigid, similar to a military or monastic system, where rules are strict and hierarchies are respected with almost total devotion. Wrestlers, especially the younger ones, must follow strict training, eating and resting routines, all under the supervision of a master or trainer called an oyakata. Life within the heya is simple, austere, and tightly controlled, with little interaction with the outside world. Over the years, there have been some tragedies within these stables due to the extreme pressure and tensions between the wrestlers. Brad Pitt was banned from China for several years due to his involvement in the 1997 film 7 Years in Tibet. The film, which told the story of an Austrian mountaineer in Tibet, portrayed the Chinese military in an unfavorable light, touching on highly sensitive issues relating to politics and the occupation of Tibet. This approach deeply upset the Chinese government, which felt that the film defamed its international image. As a result, Pitt was banned from entering the country from 1997 and was unable to take part in any public activities related to China for almost 2 decades. The ban on him remained in place until 2014, when it was finally lifted thanks to his involvement in a film that was officially supported by the Chinese government. Did you know that the Extinct Media Museum, which opened in January 2023, houses an impressive collection of vintage cameras, camcorders, and mobile phones? This museum has around 3,000 items and stands out for offering a unique sensory experience. Visitors can interact with pieces such as a Japanese Lily camera from 1916, the oldest in the collection. You can also find everything from records to Betacam tapes and iconic devices from brands such as Sony. The Oktoberfest, held in Munich, Germany, is the largest beer festival on the planet. Every year, thousands of people from different parts of the world gather to enjoy beer, traditional music, typical food and parades. This event, which lasts for 16 days, has earned the title of the largest popular festival in the world. More than 6 million visitors take part in this celebration that pays tribute to Bavarian culture. A well-known YouTuber from the Action Lab channel covered his car with Vanta Black, a fabric that absorbs almost all visible light, managing to capture up to 99% of the light. During the night, the car becomes almost invisible to the naked eye due to its ability to dissipate all the light that falls on it. Vanta Black challenges traditional notions of color as it seems to create a visual void, making the coated surfaces appear to disappear. The Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia is the largest salt flat in the world, covering an area of over 10,000 square kilometers. In addition to its size, it is the highest salt flat, located at about 11,950 feet above sea level. This incredible salt desert is one of the most impressive landscapes on the planet. To put it into perspective, the Teide volcano in Spain, which is the highest point in the country, measures 12,188 feet. Did you know that Mongolia is the independent country with the lowest population density? With 3.3 million inhabitants spread across 1,564,116 square kilometers, there are only 2 people per square kilometer. Surprisingly, half of the population lives in its capital, Ulaanbaatar, while the rest are spread across vast rural areas, contributing to its remarkable sparseness in population compared to its size. Before becoming a successful singer and actress, Selena Gomez tried to land the role of Michi Torres in the Disney Channel movie Camp Rock. However, she failed to land the role, and instead she was cast as the lead in the series Wizards of Waverly Place, which premiered in 2007. In the series, she played Alex Russo, a teenager with magical powers who lives with her family in New York. The series was a huge success, cementing her career on the Disney Channel. Robben Island, located off Cape Town in South Africa, was the site where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 18 years and now operates as a museum. During his imprisonment, Mandela endured extremely harsh conditions, working in a quarry with very little food. Despite these hardships, his time on the island reinforced his commitment to the fight for equality and freedom, becoming an emblem of resistance and hope for the entire world. Hart Island, located off the Bronx in New York, has been home to more than 1 million unclaimed bodies since the 19th century. Used as a public cemetery, the land is managed by the city's Department of Correction, with inmates responsible for mass burials. Over the years, it has served as a final resting place for the homeless and people who die without anyone to care for them. This cemetery, one of the largest in the country, receives about 25 bodies daily, reflecting the city's attention to those who have no family or loved ones to claim their remains. Sarah Gertz is a model who lives with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a rare genetic condition that disrupts connective tissue, affecting collagen in the skin, joints, and blood vessels. Due to this disease, at 26 years old, her appearance seems much older. However, instead of hiding her condition, she has used her visibility to question conventional beauty standards, promoting acceptance and self-love, and showing that true beauty lies in diversity and authenticity. The Basenji, often called the dog that doesn't bark, is famous for its unique way of communicating. Although it doesn't bark like most dogs, this breed does have a signature sound known as baru, which sounds more like a chant or a yodel. This peculiar sound is a result of the structure of its larynx, which restricts its ability to bark in the traditional manner. Did you know that the Dumbo octopus, named for its resemblance to the Disney character, has ear-like fins that help it swim? It lives in the depths of the ocean and is considered one of the rarest and most enigmatic octopuses in the world. These ears allow it to move through the water with unique grace. Despite its adorable appearance, this octopus inhabits ocean areas that are difficult to explore, making its behavior even more mysterious. The coconut crab is known for having the strongest claws among crustaceans, capable of breaking open coconut shells. With a force of up to 3,300 newtons, this crab surpasses other animals with claws, such as lobsters, whose force is about 250 newtons. A coconut crab can exert incredible crushing pressure, even at its maximum size of 8.81 pounds. This force allows it to access its main source of food, coconuts. The American bison is the largest land mammal in North America, with adult males that can exceed 2,204 pounds in weight. These are considerably larger than females, reaching heights of between 5.25 and 6.56 feet at the withers. Their imposing size and characteristic thick fur allow them to withstand the harsh winters on the plains. Do you know that Princess Juliana International Airport on the island of St. Martin, known for its unique landing strip? It is so close to Maho Beach that planes literally fly over visitors, offering a rare and exciting experience. In the canals of Xochimilco, Mexico City, you will find the traditional trajineras, colorful wooden boats used for tourism and transportation. These brightly decorated boats offer unique rides where visitors can enjoy mariachi music, typical food, and a festive atmosphere. Originally, trajineras were used to transport goods and crops in pre-Hispanic times. Low altitude, allowing tourists to feel the power of the engines up close. Did you know that the date is the fruit with the highest sugar content? This small oval fruit comes from the date palm and is known for its high sugar content. On average, it contains between 60 and 70 grams of sugar per 100 grams of fruit, which represents about 60% of its weight. Its natural sweetness makes it a popular energy snack. Although it is very sweet, it also offers nutrients such as fiber, potassium, and antioxidants. The largest swimming pool in the world is in Chile, located in the San Alfonso del Mar Resort in Algarrobo in the Valparaiso region. This gigantic artificial lagoon extends over 1,106 yards and has a depth of 3.3 yards. In addition, it contains an astonishing total of 250 million liters of salt water, which is extracted directly from the sea. The Bermuda Islands, located in the North Atlantic Ocean, east of North Carolina, United States, do not have rivers, lakes, or natural sources of water. With a population of approximately 70,000, Bermudians depend entirely on rain for drinking water. This resource is collected through an ingenious system of pipes installed on the roofs of houses, which direct the water into storage tanks. Thus, the archipelago has an efficient rainwater collection system that supplies its entire population. The distinctive color of salmon is due to the pigments they acquire from their main food source, crustaceans. This process is similar to that of flamingos, whose pink tones come from the food they eat. The pigments, known as carotenoids, accumulate in their bodies, giving them that bright color. This phenomenon highlights the relationship between the animal's diet and their visual characteristics. The Pontiac Deluxe 6 plexiglass, manufactured by General Motors in 1939, was the world's first transparent car. This prototype was introduced at the New York World's Fair in order to demonstrate the capabilities of plexiglass, a transparent and resistant material used in its body. The vehicle, which impressed the public, was nicknamed the Ghost Car due to its unique structure. Costing $25,000, the Pontiac Deluxe 6 plexiglass left the world in awe with its innovative design. The Astolat Doll Castle, valued at $8.5 million, costs more than a fully furnished apartment in New York. However, it is no ordinary dollhouse. Standing 8.5 feet tall and containing 29 rooms, the castle weighs 793 pounds and is decorated with 10,000 miniature pieces. Every detail of this luxurious castle has been meticulously designed, making it a unique masterpiece. In France, the Passage du Gois Road links the island of Noirmoutier to the mainland, but it hides something surprising. It is submerged underwater twice a day due to the tides. At 14,763 feet long, it can only be traveled during certain hours of the day when the tide is low. During high tide, the road is completely flooded, preventing the passage of vehicles. This natural phenomenon has captivated tourists for years, and crossing it is a unique experience, although it must be done with caution to avoid being trapped by the water. There are many unconventional sports in the world, and one of the most curious is tow wrestling, which attracts thousands of people to the small town of Ashbourne in England every year. This peculiar event, held every August, is the World Tow Wrestling Championships, a tradition that began in 1976 and even tried to be recognized as an Olympic sport, although without success. The championship has categories separated by sex and age, and each competitor takes the competition very seriously. Not only do they train throughout the year, but they arrive accompanied by expert masseurs who prepare their toes to face their opponents. Did you know that a pineapple plant takes between 18 and 24 months to bear its first fruit? This time depends on factors such as the variety of the plant, the climate, and the growing conditions. During the first 14 to 16 months, the plant must be carefully cared for to ensure fruit production. From the time the seeds, seedlings, or a crown of a pineapple are planted, it takes between 18 months and 2 years to obtain edible fruit. However, in some cases, the waiting time to harvest a pineapple can extend up to 3 years. Nagoro is a small Japanese town with only 35 inhabitants, but it is home to more than 350 scarecrows created by artist Ayano Tsukimi. These figures, which represent the former residents of the town, pay tribute to the declining population. The town, which once lived off agricultural work, has become a unique tourist destination because of these dolls. Ayano Tsukimi, who at 67 decided to return to Nagoro to take care of her father, noticed the dramatic decrease in inhabitants, which motivated her to create these scarecrows to preserve the memory of her hometown. 7% of Americans visit Disney World with its 4 main theme parks: Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. It offers unforgettable experiences for all ages. The bearded dragon, a fascinating lizard native to Australia, is famous for the beard of thorns that surrounds its neck and darkens and swells as a defense mechanism against potential threats. This species not only stands out for its striking appearance, but also for its calm nature, making it one of the most popular exotic pets. In addition, it has a unique way of communicating. It makes distinctive movements with its head, such as nodding slowly to show submission or shaking quickly to mark territory. The smallest watch in the world is the Jaeger-LeCoultre. This tiny mechanism contains 98 parts assembled with extraordinary precision. Since its creation in 1929, it has been a symbol of elegance and sophistication. This watch rose to worldwide fame when Queen Elizabeth II wore it during her coronation in 1953, integrated into an exquisite diamond bracelet designed especially for the occasion. The betta fish, originally from Southeast Asia, is widely considered one of the most beautiful fish in the world. Its charm lies in its long, elegant fins, which often form a spectacular crescent and unfold as if they were delicate moving wings. In Spain and other European countries, the Kenny Triathlon has become a unique event that combines sport, fun, and love for animals. This competition includes 250 meters of swimming, 2.5 kilometers of cycling, and 2.5 kilometers of running, all in the company of your dog. Designed to strengthen the bond between humans and pets, this test not only tests the endurance of both, but also promotes physical activity and animal welfare. In Iceland, beer was banned for over 70 years, from 1915 to 1989, as part of a law restricting alcohol consumption in the country. This ban was due to social and cultural reasons. But in 1989, on March 1st, it was finally decriminalized, marking a milestone in the country's history. Since then, every March 1st, National Beer Day is celebrated with enthusiasm, with festivities and events organized in bars and restaurants throughout Iceland. During his first retirement from the NBA in 1993, Michael Jordan decided to try his luck in baseball, a sport that had been his childhood dream. Inspired by his father, James Jordan, who also shared his passion for baseball, Jordan joined the Birmingham Barons, a minor league team affiliated with the Chicago White Sox, with the intention of following his dream of becoming a professional player. Despite his limited experience in baseball, he appeared in 127 games during the 1994 season, showing his dedication and effort. The scarlet ibis is a stunning bird known for its vibrant red plumage that makes it stand out in the wetlands of South America and the Caribbean. Its colorful plumage is the result of a diet rich in crustaceans, such as shrimp and crabs, which provide it with the pigments necessary to maintain its characteristic scarlet hue. This bird inhabits mangroves, marshes, and swamps, where it feeds in shallow waters, using its long, curved beak to capture its food. The history of cinema took a significant turn in 1933 with the release of King Kong, a film that not only captivated audiences, but also marked the beginning of a new era in the film industry. Shortly after its success, its sequel, Son of Kong, was released in the same year, becoming the first film to have a second part. Directed by Ernest B. Schoedsack, this sequel continued the story of the famous creature, but with a different approach, introducing Kong's son, a smaller but equally charismatic being. There are animals that have very different sleep patterns than humans, and some, like the bullfrog, practically do not sleep. This species, known for its ability to stay alert even when at rest, has a nervous system that allows it to constantly monitor its environment. Although it can be in a state of rest, the bullfrog remains alert to potential threats such as predators due to its cautious nature. In Formula One, driver helmets are custom-made and cost between $4,000 and $7,000. Made from high-tech materials and customized for each driver, these helmets are not usually available to the general public. However, at auctions, some legendary driver helmets have fetched significant sums. For example, in 2019, a 1990 Ayrton Senna helmet sold for over $150,000, making it one of the most expensive Formula One helmets ever auctioned. Meryl Streep is the most nominated actress in the history of the Academy Awards, with 21 nominations throughout her career. Streep has achieved an impressive variety of roles in very diverse genres. Her talent has been recognized on 3 occasions with the coveted Golden Statuette. The first was in 1979, when she won as a supporting actress for her performance in Kramer vs. Kramer. More recently, in 2011, she received her 3rd Oscar for her role as Margaret Thatcher in The Iron Lady. Robert Wadlow, born in 1918 in the United States, is known for having reached an impressive height of 2.72 meters, making him the tallest man recorded in history. His growth was driven by a rare medical condition called gigantism, which caused uncontrolled development of his skeletal system. Throughout his life, Wadlow continued to grow until his tragic death in 1940 at the age of 22, due to complications from an infection in his leg. In the Namib Desert in Namibia grow some fascinating ancient plants known as Welwitschia mirabilis. These plants, considered living fossils, are one of the oldest and most resilient species on the planet. Unlike many other plants, Welwitschia have only 2 leaves, which continue to grow throughout their life, which can exceed 1,000 years and even reach 2,000 in some cases. Their incredible ability to absorb moisture from the fog that comes from the nearby Atlantic Ocean allows them to survive in one of the most arid ecosystems in the world. Google Photos has a fascinating history that began in 2004, inspired by an internet phenomenon that occurred 4 years earlier. During the 2000 Grammy Awards, Jennifer Lopez dazzled the audience in a striking green dress that became a viral hit. The popularity of the dress was such that millions of people began searching for related images online. This search boom led Google's founders to recognize the need for a more efficient image search platform. Before becoming one of the fastest runners in history, Usain Bolt had a great passion for soccer. During his childhood in Jamaica, his dream was to be a professional soccer player, and he played as a striker for his local team. However, his destiny changed when a coach discovered him while he was in high school and suggested he try athletics. The word echo has its roots in Greek, where it means sound or resonance, and is closely related to a myth from Greek mythology. According to legend, Echo was a nymph who, after disobeying the goddess Hera, was punished by only being able to repeat the last words she heard without being able to speak for herself. This punishment became a form of expression that reflected the resonance of sounds around them. From here arose the connection of the term echo with the acoustic phenomenon in which sounds are reflected and repeated. Neuschwanstein Castle, located in the stunning forests of Bavaria, Germany, is one of the most iconic and visited castles in the world. Built in the 19th century under King Ludwig II of Bavaria, it inspired the design of the famous Disney castle that appears in many of its films and in the brand's logo. Most bats face a challenge when it comes to initiating flight, as they cannot take off directly from the ground due to the structure of their wings and musculature. Their hind legs are small and weak, preventing them from generating the momentum needed to rise from a flat surface. Instead, bats adopt a unique strategy. They hang upside down from an elevated surface, such as a branch or wall, and let go. As they fall, they take advantage of gravity to gain speed and be able to spread their wings more easily. This adaptation is one of the keys to their ability to fly, as it allows them to save energy during takeoff. Birds of paradise are famous for their elaborate courtship rituals. Males perform intricate dances and display bright feathers to attract females. Each species has its own unique style, and some even use tools to impress their mates. For example, Wilson's bird of paradise performs a spectacular dance in a natural setting where it adorns the spot with leaves and flowers. Humans share about 99% of their DNA with chimpanzees, demonstrating our evolutionary closeness to them. This fact highlights the biological similarities between the species and raises questions about our evolution. Genetic research continues to shed light on how we became who we are today. In Scotland, there is an annual festival dedicated to traditional cookies and sweets called the Scottish Baking Festival. This event celebrates the country's rich culinary heritage and promotes family recipes passed down through generations. Attendees can take part in hands-on workshops where they learn traditional techniques. Penguins possess a special gland that allows them to drink salt water. This adaptation allows them to survive in marine environments where fresh water is scarce. It is estimated that only 10% of people can touch their tongue to their nose. This curious talent has generated interest from both a medical and a fun perspective. The record for the largest number of children by a single woman is 69, according to historical records. On the other hand, the record for the longest time without sleep is 11 days, set by Randy Gardner in 1964. In Greenland, there is a place known as Baffinland, where there are no trees or significant vegetation. This extreme environment offers a glimpse into the harsh climate conditions of the Arctic. There are more saunas in Finland than cars. Berries are the only fruit that have their seeds on the outside. This unusual trait gives them a unique visual appeal as well as being delicious. In Japan, trains are so punctual that if they are late, a public apology is issued. In Iceland, there are no family names. People are named after their father or mother, followed by son or daughter. In Russia, there is a lake called Baikal, which is the deepest lake in the world. It contains approximately 20% of the planet's unfrozen fresh water, making it a vital resource for various local communities. The song Happy Birthday is globally recognized as the most sung song in English. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Leave it in the comments and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on awesome content of Zarpado.